What's up, everyone? Flashcraft. That's right, it's Beau here from Flash TV Talk, and I'm in Beau Art's, my new shop. It looks absolutely incredible. Look at that. Look at that wonderful sign. Almost like I know what I'm doing. So I was saying that the paint can needed to be updated, and I thought, you know what, let's just get rid of the paint can. Let's make it more kind of an underground situation. Let's make sure that we have every single kind of concrete and concrete powder ready to go. We've got a few specialty items over here, and check this out. Boom. It's kind of got like a whole bunker situation going on. There's really no need for that, but I don't know. I thought it'd be cool. And yeah. Also, there is something about, like, you know, shopping underground where you have zero visibility. We don't have too many mobs spawning here in the shop in Central City, but at the same time, I don't know. Let's just say you're down here for a while. You need a little bit of extra security. Bada bing, bada boo, and you are good to go. So there you have it. So yeah, I've been needing to update my shop, and so finally I did. Also, Saloon Farms has a few little updates as well. Mostly I have added wood, so now we have lumber here at Saloon Farms. In fact, I was actually looking at this earlier, and I realized that based on how much land I've purchased to kind of lay this out lengthwise, there's actually some depth here that I'm not currently using. And so if I wanted to, I could actually turn this little kind of, this into really more of a farmer's market that kind of wraps around in a U shape. I like the fact that it's kind of up front and in your face, so you can, when you're walking by, you can, you know, instantly see what's available. I know there's more things that I want to add here. And so, yeah, this may end up growing over time as things go, especially since we've got the space in the back. It's just a matter of curving it out, and then we'll be ready to go. So yeah, how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Thought that today would be a good day to show off some of these changes. The fact that we've got the shops all updated. I still haven't updated my office in the TV Talk Incorporated or what have you, but that is coming soon enough. Today, what I'm thinking we actually need to do is head over to the Legion of Doom and kind of make a plan. Because, as I showed you last time, we've got, you know, a lot of progress going on over there. And we also have different people with different, you know, areas that they're in charge of now. But that kind of puts additional pressure on me to go ahead and finish off what I've been working on. Let's head to Mount Zoom. No, I keep on saying Mount Zoom. See, this is the problem with Mount Zoom and the Legion of Doom sounding so similar. The other thing is Mount Zoom is actually the name of a place, whereas the Legion of Doom is an organization. Although I feel like the building itself is also called the Legion of Doom. You know? I don't know, that's just kind of what I gather. And there it is. Still looking a little bit like a half golf ball. I mean, we do have the mouth. And, for a minute there, I thought maybe this might be done. We got like a quarter of it done. And this is not done. It's so much not done. This is what happens when you focus too much on commerce. You know, we get too big into society. I started messing around with this concept right here. Like maybe some like machines that are also kind of pumping in this purple energy, maybe kind of around our mating space. Like this is what's powering even this holographic map that will end up being here. I still need to let Fox know. I need to send him a message about that. Ooh, but it does look like we have some progress going on. Interesting, interesting. Some note blocks, okay. We've got a little workstation space, middle smelting pot. Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough. It looks like Kyle and Will may have collaborated a little bit on style. Okay. Functional, very functional. This is floating. Okay, this is good. This is very functional. I feel like we've got a good start going on here. Look, I can't complain. This is what I'm working with. This is, you know, overall, this is not my most proudest of builds here. So we're working on it. We're definitely working on it. All right, so we need a plan because I need to know what specifically resources I need to gather to get us where we need to be with all of this. Should we have some kind of pillars holding these things up, or is it okay that they're kind of floating? I do kind of like that they're floating. I am starting to think that this needs to be purple, though. I feel like everything else like has a very purple feel to it in terms of accents, especially since Will and Kyle have kind of coordinated some visual flares up there. Yeah, the red glass may have to go and be replaced by purple. It's difficult. It's difficult to think about because look, everything seems so crammed over there now, right? Like, doesn't that seem crammed? It's like tucked away. You've got all of this space, and that's there. Maybe if we were to move it back a bit, I don't know. I'm very cognizant of like how it looks from this point of view as well. And so if that was moved back a little bit, whoop, 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 like I said, it just kind of looks cramped. I mean, alternatively, we could build some walls, right? Like that is something that could happen and partition this up a bit more. But for what purpose would those serve? Like, and do we do more of like a dome type situation? Maybe kind of carrying out one of those domes kind of as an overhang? And maybe with a glass wall going up it so that you enter into kind of like the secure room. Okay, hang on now. That might be kind of interesting. I mean, shape-wise, those are already there, kind of the arch. And if we were to bring it out to, maybe to right here, which would possibly go to right here. Okay. And then if that was the case, you'd kind of have a bit of a glass door right here. Now, like everything behind me would be covered in glass, probably purple glass. If we stick with the purple, actually, I could do this in purple glass and kind of get a sense of like what that looks like. That'd be interesting. I do feel like purple, and I mean green to some extent too, but that's kind of the color scheme we're going with. And if that's the case right over here, that would mean that the roof of this room would be right here. We could put some lights overhang. We could even do kind of like a drop-down chandelier possible type of thing like I used to have in my lair. That could be cool. Now, ironically, what if I'm trying to think of what kind of color scheme we should even do this in. Or if we should just continue on with these bricks. So let's see, they're using those purple bricks up there, over here. So let's go ahead and grab some of those because I do think we have some. It's interesting because when I put out the request to get a bunch of netherite bricks to make these red bricks, people made the full-on, I mean, the brick blocks, which you can't use that to make the red. So we just have like this massive amount of these that we don't technically need. And there's kind of a question of what would be good in between here. Like, should we just go glass all the way through? Don't think so. You know what? If only I knew of a place where someone could find an assortment of concrete of various colors to mess around with. Wouldn't that be helpful? You know, it's been a long time since we've seen Solomon Grundy. Like, I don't think that he died in the Legion of Doom, so I've got to believe that he's like wandering somewhere in the Nether. Like that he popped through the portal and has found his way somewhere around these parts. I kind of hope that one day I'm just going to like roll in and find like a random iron golem chilling out somewhere, and it'll be Grundy. And it'll be like, oh, this was Grundy's retirement plan all along. Oh, I gotta point this out. So there have been updates to my nether base as well. For one thing, this door no longer works. Because this is really more of like a monument to what was my old nether base. My actual nether portal system is really up there with no real base. I mean, we've got the side door right here. And I think, yeah, you can kind of walk through to what remains of my old base. That's kind of in shambles. Actually, do we have any crimson wood? Because that would be amazing. Oh, I've got some bricks. That's good. I did need those earlier. And I've got you. Why do I have a book and quill on me? So it's been a minute, obviously, since I've kind of been up and around here. But yes, so this is my portal system. It's not much to look at. It is very basic. That takes you to my western base. That takes me to the UFO. And so, yeah, I can very easily get from one to the other and jump from one to the other. By the way, Nora, still chilling out just fine here in the Nether. Despite, you know, the hoglins. Oh, snap. Okay, all right, guys. All right. What I like about this idea is that it kind of mirrors the Hall of Justice, right? Which is kind of nice. I mean, you think about it, you almost kind of think the villains are going to be kind of envious of the heroes anyway. And I mean, they're stealing stuff. Why not steal the design aesthetic? I think it just makes a lot of sense. Just an evil version, of course. All right, so we're just gonna do this. I think like just right out here somewhere. How about this? We just need like a little mini version. Okay, so what does this look good with? You know what I mean? Like what would be a good complementary color scheme to go with that would also make sense with the rest of what we got going on? So I feel like purple. Everything is so dark in that room. So I feel like going black is just kind of sick of it. But then you kind of wonder like, well, maybe gray? I don't know. I just don't know. Let's take some and see what happens. Yeah, no, that doesn't work at all. That does not work at all. What about terracotta? I'm just borrowing it. I'm just borrowing it. And besides, it's for the community build. Purple rain, purple rain. So this is brown terracotta. Definitely doesn't solve the whole darkness factor, but at the same time, I don't know, doesn't look awful. How much is he selling this terracotta for? 2 each, 2 per stack. Tell you what, buddy, I don't need that per se. Let's see. Well, you know what? Fine. My thought is let's make some purple terracotta and see what that looks like. Why do I have a pen and quill? This should not be in here. All right, I have a better feeling about this. A better feeling about this. Okay, that's less Barney as a dinosaur in terms of this color scheme thing right here. And then the other aspect is if we've got this kind of as the window. No. Panes. Okay, what about green? We haven't messed with green. And we do, the other thing too is we're using a lot of nether type of looks. So, if we were to take some warped wood and go with that for the walls of this meeting room, what would that look like? Yeah, no, I don't like that either. This is tricky. This is tricky to try to figure out. What about sand? We use sand in other areas of the thing. Oh. Well, hello. What's this? Maybe should not investigate right now. Hang on, let's see. Let's get some sleep and then come back out here. That's new. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's see. What is this? Not to get distracted, but I am now very, very distracted. What? Somebody's working on something. Okay. Huh. I have no idea what this is. Oh, okay. Well, there's signs. Triggered by will. Really, Roz? You think I'd fall for this? I am almost insulted. I went down from left over here and checked your trap. From the left over here and checked. Oh, okay. So this was... So somebody triggered by will. Interesting. Interesting. So it would appear that Ra's al Ghul tried to kill Will, and this was like a trap or something like that? Huh. I'm guessing this is done for at this point. It does look like that was the case. Interesting. Okay, so, huh. All right, well, there you go. That was apparently that's something that happened at some point with someone, but I have no knowledge of this. Actually, you know what? I have no earthly idea how to make smooth sand. Like smooth sandstone. That's a thing, right? Okay, so you have to make that first, then cut sandstone. All right, let's take this in a separate direction. Get rid of the green or the blue. Some people see this and they say green. Some people see it and they say blue. To me, it looks very green. To other people, it looks very blue. It's like that whole dress situation. Okay, this does, all right, so this gives it some brightness. This does kind of fit into the scheme that we already have, the color scheme that we already have. Bake sense. Oh, okay, gotcha, gotcha. The other thing too is instead of purple on the outside, maybe we go dark here with kind of some dark glass. We are going to need lots of purple glass. That is a given. Well, at the very least, sand is cheap, so we could always start by building it with sand and then go from there. But apparently we are going to need to bake a lot of sandstone to get what we need. Oh wait, I was about to leave and I totally forgot. I need to put the brown terracotta back before, lest I be accused of stealing. Wouldn't want that. I am not perceived to be any kind of villain and wouldn't want that perception. Alright, so we going to head to the saloon now and see if we can get cooking with our sand. Although I need to stop by the UFO because I think I actually might have left most of my sand there. Now this is kind of interesting. Now, as you know, I've moved out of the UFO in terms of a base, but it occurred to me recently with the upgrade of my shop that I needed some kind of like workspace from where I can make my dyes in concrete. And so I actually kind of converted my UFO into just that. So I have got my various dyes kind of stored up. So everything that I need for my shop is kind of cooking and making here. I've got the items that I need to make brown, green, lime, all those great colors there. My blue flowers are not here at the moment because I forgot to replenish those after the last time I made blue dye. I actually just made a lot of blue dye because blue is used in a lot of dyes. Aside from the fact that you use it in like cyan and purple and light blue and cyan, purple, light blue. I guess maybe that's it. But point is, it's in a number of these dyes, and so I had to make a ton of it. I need to make some kind of squid farm because black dye is hard. I mean, it's probably the most time consuming of everything to get. Because whereas almost all of this you can relatively easily grow, the black dye you got to go out and kill and hunt down a lot of squid. So I'm thinking that a squid farm might need to happen in the near future. But yeah, so this is currently what has become of my UFO, and over here is my sand, which normally I keep on me for the purpose of making concrete, but today we are going to switch that up. And we are going to bake it. You know, this is great. This is actually a good chance to actually even just kind of showcase some of the updates all around because there's been updates here in the saloon as well. In fact, we now have the appropriate guests or residents of the saloon. They tend to stand on their beds a lot as opposed to like in that one little space, which would be really cool if they did. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. You can trade with them just fine. I got these guys for, what are these guys called? Brewmasters, priests, clerics. That's what they are. I got the clerics in here in rooms 106 through 109. 105 currently not occupied. This is actually just where I store kind of trading materials, which at the moment I don't have any. And then over here I have the silk room, 104, where I've got I can get my silk trading on from my librarian here for Silk Touch. And this is the Unbreaking room, 103. So this guy's got Unbreaking number 3. And these are currently, well, they're enjoying their last days here because I'm working on trying to get a mending book, and one of these people will end up being replaced by whoever can sell me mending. And there was one other that I need, but at the moment, I can't for the life of me recall what it is. Actually, I've got a villager that does sell flame, but I don't know that I need flame. I don't know if that's something I need or not, to be totally honest. All right, so we need to start cooking up some sand. And this is actually a really good opportunity to try to get my pockets all organized with everything else that I need in the meantime. So in the process of getting the newest residents of the saloon where they need to be, and also working to get the kind of residents that I need in terms of the right books for trading, I actually vacated out my villager breeding area here and moved them On the far side of the desert, yeah, this is definitely going to be probably more than I need, but you know what? That's okay. That is okay. I'd rather have too much than too little. Yeah, so as you can see, I moved them way over there, and at some point I'll show that off, but not today, because I want to head back and at least begin this thing. Hopefully get the basic structure built out in the time I've got left. I have no idea if this is going to look good or not. No clue, but we're going to try it. We'll see how it goes. But we're working on it. We're working on it. That's what we're doing. Be interesting if there was some way to maybe use like a day-night sensor with a water distribution system that like maybe flushes, oops, you know, with some kind of flushes everything from the top into some kind of like circular kill chamber around the base. Could be kind of cool. Actually, that'd be pretty amazing. Because that's one of the things that would actually then turn this build into something of like a communal AFK farm, which would be pretty awesome. Trick is it's got to be able to do that without ruining the look. Ta-da! Okay, that isn't terrible, actually. This isn't too bad. This isn't as bad as I thought it would be. And it does go. I mean, like, you know, we've got kind of this, like, sandy color mixed with these kind of, you know, evil-looking blocks and everything else. It's a weird color scheme, but it kind of has to be. Because, again, the Legion of Doom has a weird color scheme on the interior, on the show. And so maybe this kind of makes sense. And then we coat this with, I'm thinking dark glass, I'm thinking dark panes of glass. And then, like I said, I'm still considering switching all of that red out for purple and going from there. And then this kind of becomes the meeting room. We could even do some kind of like hallway, maybe, and maybe this is, you know, these could be some kind of pods. Like, it's possible that these end up becoming glass tubes as well. But what would they be for? Like, what would you actually need, like, some kind of tube area for? Or like, kind of like a chamber of sorts. But I don't know. This isn't bad. I thought this would be bad, and it's not bad. It's not perfect, mind you, but it's not terrible. I don't know what to do about the walls, but like I said, well, you know, I say that. I mean, we'll test out the kind of the mixing and matching thing with some different types of black stone. Like put some of these blocks mixed in there with some of the cracked ones as well, and then also, you know, the polished ones. In fact, we can almost kind of test it with this wall, and if it looks good, we can kind of perhaps explore the idea of how that could go to at least the bottom portions that are a bit more visible down here. But I think this is working. I think this is kind of coming together in a bit of a way. And we made progress. We've definitely made progress. So there you have it. Okay, Legion of Doom, meeting room. I think we figured something out. Is it the best? Is it the greatest thing ever? I don't think so. But you know what? I think it's going to do us for today. So yeah, stay tuned. And maybe by next time we'll have this room completed and I'll be able to showcase it. And yeah, or we may be working on it next time. Who knows? You don't know because you're not in the future. Or are you? Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm talking about this recorded, so you are actually in the future. If you know, let me know. All right, that's going to do it for us. Be sure to check out the podcast, Flash TV Talk, at tvtalk.fm. Flash TV Talk is the YouTube channel as well, so you can search for that and subscribe to get all of the latest Flashcraft updates. Until next time, goodbye.